Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany, and I want to welcome you into my garden. This is Tika's Gardens, and this morning I'm going to kind of walk you around and show you what I did over the weekend. I don't typically record on the weekends, just during the week. I use it as family time, and if I want to get out and just do something, I just do it, for my own fun and peace and joy. So I did just a couple of things, and also today I am going to put out a bird feeder. The bird feeder was sent to me by Kingsyard, and it is supposed to be squirrel proof, so I am going to show you the bird feeder. We're going to get it filled up. I already have a spot selected. We're going to get it out and watch for the birds. Hopefully it won't take long. It took us a little longer to get hummingbirds when we put out our hummingbird feeders, but they're here now and I'm loving it. So it is extremely hot and humid because we've had rain the last couple of days. And it's wet, and it is supposed to rain again today, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do any planting today. I'm looking as I'm talking and thinking, do I want to in the wet ground? We'll see. But first, let me show you what I did do this weekend, show you where I want to put the bird feeder, and then I'll show you what the bird feeder looks like. So let's get started. All right, the first thing I am going to do is show you the hanging baskets. I took the flowers out of the hanging baskets. They were trailing vinca. The trailing vinca in ground is doing very good. The trailing vinca in the baskets didn't look so hot, so I put them in the ground because I love the way my vinca collection over there looks in front of the plumbago. So hopefully I can get the same effect where I put them. So let me show you the baskets that I took them from, and I'll show you where I put them in the ground here in the garden. All right, guys, so as you can see, these are the hanging baskets. This one and that one down on the other end of the garage. So I removed the trailing vinca from the hanging baskets, and I'm gonna take the long way around. And the reason I'm taking the long way around is so you can see my vincas here. So as you can see, these are gorgeous. Look at that trailing vinca here. It has come much further out on the walkway than I ever anticipated. But what I did was put those two over here in between the lemon ball sedums. I know it's probably going to be hard to find some this late in the season, but if I could, I would put one there in front of that salvia and one here in front of this salvia near the pot, and probably stick one more here. But next season I'll do that. But that's what I did with the trailing vinca from the pots. So we'll see how they do. I even have some parts of it that is perking up and looking pretty green right now. The other thing that I did was, if we come over here, this salvia here is always dropping seedlings. There's two salvias here giving us this very beautiful clump. And I took a lot of the seedlings that were in the areas here in the dirt. I got those up and I put them along the walkway. Here's a couple that are left right there. But what I did with the ones that I pulled up is right here. As you can see, I've got one. And look at it, I put it out a couple of days ago on Saturday. This is Monday, and look at what it looks like already. So I think this will be a very pretty vignette of flowers. And we have to, of course, keep our eye on Tika because I heard some noises coming from back here. Yes, we got to clean up back here again. Hi. Okay, after going to check on Tika, we are back over here. So the salvia are along this walk. I know that they can spread pretty good, so my thinking is the side of the salvia that is inward towards the pathway stones, I will keep those kind of pruned so they don't lay over onto the stones to narrow the walkway. But yeah, so that's where I put the salvia. And over there, as I showed you, is where I put the trailing vinca in front of the crepe myrtle and in between the two lemon ball sedums. So I'm hoping that's going to turn out very pretty. Also, my husband got out here this weekend and he put out some seeds here in this bed. So we've got some vegetable seeds out. We'll see how that does. And yes, I still have that small section back here to clean. As I said, I will get to it as I work in the bed. He couldn't resist. He wanted to get out and get some vegetables in, so he did it himself. Thank goodness. I like having a little help in the garden. So now, let me show you the bird feeder. So this is the bird feeder that I have. Alright, so guys, just a closer look. This is the Kingsyard squirrel-proof bird feeder. When I received it, it came very well packaged in a box. That was like the perfect size for this. There was no excess, you know, little bird feeder in a huge box. So I like that, no waste. The only parts that were not attached were these circular flaps. There's 2 of them. And it came with these kind of screws and these nuts here along with it. And so you just attach this into the grooves and you put the screw through. Let me put it closer. You would put this into these grooves like here. Then you put the screw in and use the nut and twist it, and that's all you had to do. And these came up like that, and all I had to do was just pull them down. That was it. Not much assembly at all. And to open it, there are these little push buttons on each side. So let me show you. You just push and the lid comes off and you can fill it, and you put it back and it clicks. So we're going to get this filled up and we're going to put it out in the long border just a few feet away from the bird bath, so the birds will be near their watering source. So let me get this filled up and we'll get the bird feeder out into the garden. All right, guys, it is filled up. Now, one thing I do want to say, or a few things actually, I was so excited because I have been wanting a bird feeder, and when they reached out to me and offered to send me a bird feeder, I was so excited. You know, they wanted me to give it a try. And as you can see, what makes it squirrel proof. Right now the food is in here. The hole is open so birds can feed. If a squirrel came along and landed on this, the weight would push down, closing the hole. See? So the weight closes the holes so that they can't get to the food. So I'm hoping this works, because when I had my other bird feeders out, the birds ate maybe twice a little bit. It was basically a squirrel feeder. So I really hope this is going to deter the squirrels from eating. If they don't get onto this part and they hang off of here, if they're a bigger squirrel, I guess they're still gonna get food. But I'm hoping and hoping. But this is such a pretty bird feeder. It's made of metal, and it has the metal handle that you use to hang it on. The lid here is a metal as well. This is a lightweight metal, and so is this. The part right here is plastic, the container that the food is in. And I think that this is going to be very nice. They have other kinds of feeders as well. They have, you know, different shapes and sizes of bird feeders. They also have hummingbird feeders. So I heard of Kingsyard before, and I know they have really good quality products. So I was happy to be able to get something from them. And they are offering us a 20% discount on your purchase. Just use the code Tika's Garden, not with an S at the end, just Tika's Garden, and you'll get 20% off. You can go to their Amazon store. I will put the link in the description box along with the code, and just remember to enter that code before you check out to get your 20% off. So we have a bird feeder. So let's go and get this out in the yard. The hummingbirds are fighting for food right now, but let's see if we can take care of the other birds. All right, guys, so this is where our bird feeder is. And you know, this is really pretty, and I love the black. Of course they have other colors. I chose black. This is the squirrels get onto one of these perch seats that the birds would typically sit on. Their weight will pull it down like that as well. So hopefully this will deter the squirrels. I love this, guys. And I want to thank Kingsyard for even thinking of me and reaching out to me. Thank you so much. I really love this bird feeder, and I cannot wait to see the birds feeding on it. And I truly hope it does deter the squirrels. And just for reference, this is the long border in the back, and here is the bird bath. So they have their water source, and they have food. So very exciting, very exciting. Alright guys, well, we've got the bird feeder out. I've shown you what I did here over the weekend. So that's fun. I think everything is going to look nice. Let's just do a quick check-in on the vincas and everything that we put around the outer edge of the corner bed along the driveway a few days ago. Let's go take a look at that and see what that looks like right now. Mosquitoes! Ooh. Guys, this is looking so pretty. I noticed this Mexican heather was struggling a couple of days ago. It's looking like it's perking up. Maybe the rain is helping it. Maybe my sprinkler isn't reaching it, which it should be from where it sits. But I'm not sure what was going on with it, but it's looking happier now. So this looks really good, guys. I love it. It's so quiet and peaceful this morning. I love mornings like this. So let's head back to the backyard. And you can see who is begging to come out. Tika. Hi, come on. Come on. There's Miss Tika. All right, guys, well, that is it for today. I want to give a thanks to Kingsyard for sending me the bird feeder. I really love it, and I can't wait to watch the birds feeding on it. I'm excited to see what birds it brings in. I know that's based on the food, but we'll see. And most importantly, I want to see how it works with the squirrels, if it really does help keep the squirrels out. Guys, these mosquitoes, because of the rain, are really, really bad this morning, and they're biting my hand and all of this stuff. So I'm not going to do any planting this morning. It is hot, it's humid already, and I'm out early. So I hope you did enjoy what we did get done this morning. You know, showing you the work that I did over the weekend, checking in on the vinca, putting the bird feeder out, all that stuff, and just enjoying this peace and this beautiful morning. It's supposed to rain a little later today, but I'm just going to enjoy this day. And you know, it's my family is home for the weekend and everything, so I'm just going to have a good time with them. But in the meantime, thank you guys for being in the garden with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.